5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you know what it is. It's your boy Guess Who. You now tapped into Streetnerdz Radio, the #1 station in the streets right now. And we got somebody who gets down artistically, paints, does her thing. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Shit, I'm Versace. I'm the Backwoodsbabe. Fuck. I do it all.
You do it all. So
really do it all.
let's start from the beginning. For the people who ain't too familiar with you, tell us where you're from and how you came up.
So I was born in the DMV. I lived with my grandparents until I was 13, like 12, 13. And then I did most of my growing up on the res in Wisconsin. So I grew up on a reservation in Wisconsin.
After 13?
Yeah,
okay.
After 13. My dad is native, and my mom is a first-generation immigrant.
From? Venezuela. Okay.
My mom came to the U.S. when she was like 9 or 10, so she's been here for a while. We lived on the res for a really long time. I've only been in Colorado for like 5.5 years.
DMV, mumbo sauce, that's what I think about. Is it that good, like they say?
Yes.
It is? Okay.
Yes.
So then you come here, how's life on the res? For people who ain't too familiar with
it's
with
really
that
small. It's one of those, everybody's on top of each other, everybody's in each other's business, everybody knows your auntie, your grandma, your dad. There's like, the res that I spent a lot of time on when I was a kid, there's like 5, 6 big family names, and then all of those families are somehow related to each other. So a lot of people are like, oh, you're a Cornelius, who's your dad, who's your grandma? Oh, that's your grandma? Well, that's my cousin 2 times removed. It's like that.
Okay. So then you get to Colorado.
Colorado was like my vacation. I came out here to visit my parents a couple times. They moved out here like 2-3 years before me, and I'd come out here for like my mom's birthday, because I got the kids and stuff. And then I moved out here when I was pregnant with my second kid. And it was just different. The winter was different. The city was different. I had lived in Milwaukee right before I moved here, and everybody's like, oh, Denver's a big city. I'm like, Denver's not a big city. I'm like, everybody knows everybody. Like, if you grew up here, it's more small than it actually is big. Like, it's physically big, but the community is really small. I do like the art scene here. It's
the biggest. Out of all the places you've been, do you feel like this is more like home for you? Or where would you feel more at home? If you had your choice of where you could live, where would it be?
No, I wouldn't live in anywhere I've ever previously lived.
No?
No. Really, when I was in high school and I was applying for colleges, originally I had wanted to go to this art school in New Mexico, because New Mexico and Albuquerque is like a giant art hub, and it's like a really big native art hub. That ended up not working out because I had a baby in high school. I think I will move somewhere where it's warm all the time. It's warm here a lot, but it still snows and it like rains.
Hella cold.
This is not cold.
Shit.
Wisconsin's like negative 60 degrees in the winter.
Hey, well, shout out to them. They thugging. So when did art come into your life?
So I kind of always liked doing art. My mom was a seamstress for most of my life, and my grandma was a freelance photographer. So I kind of always had art influences. My mom taught me how to sew when I was 9 years old. And when we were kids, she used to make a lot of our clothes. And then when I was 15, I went to jail for the first time. And
at 15?
Yeah.
What was that experience like? young woman, 15, and where did you go to jail?
In Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin. So did you went to the juvenile facility?
Yeah, I went to a juvenile facility.
Right from Rugged Girls? What was it? Is it like the Oranges? What's that show called? Oranges the New Black?
No. I mean, juvie is like jail, but it's jail for kids. The experience is not really that much different. I've been in jail as an adult and I've been in jail as a kid.
And so you saying it's no different?
It's not really any different other than I feel like if shit was more enforced, like guards and shit could get in more trouble because you're a kid. But even then, they don't be enforcing shit.
Right.
Shit still be happening. That shouldn't be happening. It's jail. The jailing system in America fucking is terrible. So when I was in jail is when I first started drawing or trying to draw on like some more serious shit. When I first started doing art, it was in like 2010.
What was it? What was your first picture that you could say like, you know, this is what I did? Do you still have it?
It was in jail?
It was in jail, and I mailed it to somebody who is no longer with us anymore, so I have no clue where it is. I did have a portfolio that I made shortly after I got out of jail because I asked my grandparents for a loan. I was like, I want to start this art business. I need to pay for an LLC. I don't have the money. I just got out of jail.
So you always knew you could draw? Or that, or like sitting
What
down in jail brought it out of you?
What triggers you want to do that?
Nothing really. I started drawing because I was in jail and I was
You
bored.
was bored, nothing else to do.
I was bored. Wasn't nobody coming to visit me. I had like 2 people I was writing to regularly, but I didn't have like people I was calling that was answering calls, and I was just bored.
And how long were you in there?
16 months.
For what? Okay.
Illegal things.
Alright.
So got out of jail. I had moved back in with my grandparents. I had asked
Is that here?
No, they live in Virginia.
Virginia, okay.
I had asked my grandma for a loan. My grandma was like, if you want to do this, we need you to come up with a business plan. Like, we need you to make sure you have your LLC. I want to get your signature copyrighted. Like, if you're going to do it, we want you to do it the right way.
Grandma was on it.
Yes.
So,
yeah, real shit.
My grandma agreed to pay for my LLC for the first 5 years. And they have been paying the copyright fees on my signature, my old signature and my new signature since 2010. Absolutely. So I've held my LLC since 2010.
Jeez, congratulations.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's hard.
But that's 12 years in?
Mm-hmm.
That's 12 years in. Okay. A lot of people can't say that.
I've been making clothes for longer. I learned how to make clothes when I was 9.
What's the biggest lesson you learned from when you started till now?
It's okay to do shit for free.
That just hurt.
Whoa.
Why is that the biggest lesson?
100%.
Because...
So you believe in the art more than you believe in like making money?
No, not at all. Because I made... Up until COVID, my art business was my entire income, and I was paying all my bills with just my art business.
Okay.
Selling pictures.
I was doing portraits. I was making clothes. I taught myself how to paint almost 5 years ago. I've been painting for the shortest amount of time. I've been making beats for a year.
Jack of all trades, huh? You doing tattoos too? 'Cause you can draw?
I played around with doing tattoos for like a year back in like 2014, 2015.
What happened?
I didn't like it.
Oh, did you fuck up somebody's shit? Be honest.
No, so I got this tattoo right here on the inside of my arm, which is the first tattoo I ever did on a person. And it's crooked. And it's on myself, but I didn't like the way, like, drawing on a piece of paper is different than trying to draw on somebody's skin.
Right.
And I was like...
Is it because you got a machine that's vibrating? Like,
that shit's a skill, bro.
Part of it was because I didn't think how... I didn't really know how to gauge what I was doing on that person's skin versus what I was doing on my own skin. Mm-hmm. So I tried to do it on myself first. but it didn't really.
Did it hurt?
Tattoo pain is subjective.
Hell yeah, because some of the worst places did hurt the least.
I thought my neck was gonna be a lot worse than it was.
I think that was me too.
There are places on my. I'm not saying tattoos don't hurt. I'm not saying tattoos don't hurt because tattoos hurt, but I feel like there are some places where you could get a tattoo where you think it's gonna hurt more than it actually does.
Fuck yeah, my neck. My whole neck, nothing hurted around my.
This,
and I got
like
my
this,
throat done, nigga. Not
it hurt up here.
What's the word for niggas that like pain? I got a high tolerance for pain.
But my hands hurted.
But
my
fingers
hurt.
My hands hurted.
My fingers hurt. My wrist hurt.
Oh, you got
this in here was not fun.
Worst tattoo. What hurt the worst? Which tattoo hurt the worst?
My most painful tattoo ever. I have this tattoo on my thigh. It's like this big. 9-hour session straight through.
It's a portrait?
It's actually a tattoo of a drawing that I did. But I got it when I was out of town. So the guy was like, I can't split this into 2 sections because you're on vacation. So we got to do it all right now. Right. And dude was like super heavy-handed.
Was he just?
The whole thing was a scab. The whole thing was a scab for like a month.
Ooh, wee. Okay.
So now you working on your art.
Mm-hmm.
When did it? At what point in between them 12 years did it become real for you that you can make money off your art?
2014, I did my first professional art show. I was 18 and pregnant, and I had just dropped out of school. And I was living back in DC, and I had linked up with one of my stepdad's friends, and he was like, I'm doing this art show at this gallery in DC, like, do you have any stuff? Do you want to be in the show? And I was like, I've never done an art show before, and all of you guys are like professionals. And he's like, yeah, but you make cooler shit than like half the people I know. So me and my grandma went to the store, and we bought a bunch of frames, and we bought a bunch of stuff. They bought me like this really expensive printer, and I made like 150 different prints.
Shout out to grandma.
And
hey, grandma in this whole situation,
my grandma
came through.
Is like my best friend. That woman is an angel.
Grandma came through. Shout out to grandma.
We got all the stuff. We stayed up all night putting everything together, and then we went to the show. There was, I want to say, between 200 and 250 different artists showcased in that show. Only 2 people so that we each had like a little space in the gallery. You're supposed to, whatever you sell, you have to give the gallery 10%. I was like, I don't know how to price anything because I don't know what none of this shit is worth. And he was like, well, just how long did you spend on this? How long did you spend on this? What materials did you use? Different stuff like that. I think the highest price I had on a piece was $1,000.
Somebody bought it?
I sold 4 out of 5 pieces.
That's hard.
There was only one other artist in that entire show that sold anything, and he sold a print.
Shout out to that.
Shout out to that. So out of all the places you've been, who has the best art scene?
The East Coast.
The East Coast, definitely.
The East
They
Coast.
more cultured.
The East Coast for sure. When I was a little kid, I wanted to work in a museum. I wanted to work in an art museum. I can't now because...
You been to the art museum here?
Twice. I haven't been in like over a year.
I don't think I've been in that since a kid. I don't even know what's in there.
So...
It's like small. The last time I went, it took me like 30 minutes to get through the whole thing.
So your business, did it take a hit during COVID? Because I heard you mention COVID.
Yeah.
Like you was...
What happened? Just because you couldn't do no more shows?
No, I just couldn't really... People weren't buying stuff as much. If everybody's going through a financial thing with... Yeah. Like the whole country really took a financial hit. Even people that still were able to like work at home were still affected by COVID in some way with their finances. I'm just now starting to get back up with like people buying stuff. I've been busier the last couple months than I have in like the last 2 years.
Have you ever thought about getting into NFTs?
I do have 2 designs that I did turn into NFTs that are for sale on Rarible right now.
What? Rarible?
Yeah.
Are you going to get on OpenSea?
I've thought about it, but I kind of want to work on making better NFTs first.
What motivates you to draw or to do art? Because you do more than just draw. So let's say art.
It's like a creative outlet for my emotions, basically. Mm-hmm. I'm a very, like, emotional person, and sometimes I don't really know how to, like, control my emotions.
Yeah, that's how I do it right.
I make more shit when I'm, like, emotional than I do when I'm not emotional, if that makes any sense.
Hell yeah, it's like Mary J. Blige.
Pain
make some of the best music.
Pain bring out the best in us.
Like, when I'm stressed out and, like, sad as fuck, I make the best shit.
Facts.
That's why I feel like I was making the best shit when I was in jail.
That shit is a terrible
motivation,
but it's a motivation.
You think your artwork in jail was way better than
I think that I was making different stuff. When I first started doing art, I was just doing photorealism and portraits. And I spent like 7 years doing nothing but portraits and photorealism. I got really fucking good at it. I haven't drawn a portrait in probably like 3-4 years.
So would you say your motivation is different now than it was then? Or it still stems from the same motivation?
It still comes from an emotional place. I just think the emotions are different now.
Okay.
Plus, I also don't really like, when I was in jail, I could sit in my fucking cell and draw all day and be a sad ass bitch if I wanted to, because I was stuck there whether I wanted to be or not. Mm-hmm. Now I have dogs and kids and
life is different.
Life stuff going on, so I feel like I can't always dwell in that emotion for as long as I need to get some shit done, but I've been getting some shit done.
You've been going crazy. Speak about to the artwork that you have done now, because I know you just said that you recently just picked up the painting. Mm-hmm. What made you pick up painting?
I got asked to do a show back in DC in February of 2017. It was right before my second kid was born. And the same promoter guy that had put me onto that first show had hit me up over the years like, hey, I'm doing this show, this is what the theme is, do you have anything that you want to put in the show? And I was mailing him stuff. This is how much I want for this is how much I want for this, and if anything sold, he would take the percent out and then just mail me a check.
So you didn't even have to be present. That's residual income, like motherfucker, you hear me?
So for several years I was doing that with this specific promoter out there that I knew through some people that know my stepdad. And this particular show that they were doing was like video games and cartoons. And I was like, that's not really, I was doing photorealism and portraits. I was like, that's not what I do.
Yeah, that ain't your line.
And he was like, well, it can't be that hard.
Yeah, step out your line.
Damn, it can't be that hard. Look, you fucking this shit out.
So I went to the fucking store, 9 months pregnant, went to the store, bought a bunch of stuff, and over the course of like a week taught myself to paint. And I mailed him 5 paintings. And then after that, over the next couple of years, I slowly started to like, I got a couple friends that paint. I was like, how do I do this? And how do I mix paint?
Got some tips, yeah.
I did go to art school, so I did pick up some shit when I was in art school. I like painting. I like painting almost a little bit more than I like drawing. I think that's why I just started drawing shit again like recently.
Mm-hmm. So, how did you get into making clothes?
My mom was a seamstress when I was a kid, and my mom was really big on us knowing like important life skills. She's like, there's certain shit that they're gonna teach you in school,
Right.
and then there's shit they're not gonna teach you in school, but that's also important that you need to learn how to do.
Right.
All of my siblings know how to sew, even my brother.
Meaning y'all could go to a fabric store and be and clothe everybody.
Yeah.
So
I made this jacket.
yeah, I heard you make some clothing for Sauce Walker.
Yeah.
Tell us what you made and how that came about.
I made Sauce Walker a pair of shorts. I had met him when they were just in Denver at the studio, and I had showed him some stuff that I had made for an artist here.
Who?
Big Rit.
Okay.
And he was like, those are hard. You made those? And I was like, yeah. I was like, let me make you some. And he was like, okay, I want a pair of shorts. I made those shorts in 11 hours. That's the fastest I've had to turn around for a project ever.
That's crazy. Did you charge him or that's part of the free part?
Did he wear it?
It was promotion?
I don't know. He did like the picture. He did share it on Instagram. So that was cool.
That was nice.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Did he tag you in it?
That's the drip god.
I'm working on, I want to style sauce with winning.
Say that one more time.
I want to style sauce with winning.
He's from TSF.
TSF.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So, where can they find your artwork?
On my Instagram, it's at Standing Stone Customs. I have stuff on my personal page. It's at the Backwoodsbabe. I also have a website at standingstonecustoms.com.
2 million on TikTok.
And 2 million on TikTok.
Oh, here we go with this TikTok shit.
Oh, you bring up TikTok. Hey, cause TikTok's where it's at.
He's like, I got 30,000 followers, 34, my bad. It might be more than that now.
He brought that up because I went viral over like the last week.
Yeah.
I'm finna get on there.
With her mom.
I got 2.1 million views for a video with my mom.
With her mom. It was you were raised by my fault, but you were raised by Karen's. I was raised by your mom's name is Anna.
Oh.
It's like this challenge that was going on TikTok, but it was a trending sound and a trending theme. And
did you expect it to do what it did?
My mom is like everything that's anti-Karen. She's changed a lot, like from since I was a kid to now, but I was raised by two punks. Like, both my parents were super punk, super anti-establishment, super fuck everything.
When you say punk,
like punk rock.
Okay, you gotta specify that for the people because they might.
Like, I'll show you when I get my phone back. My mom had Liberty spikes when I was a kid, and a tattoo on her face.
She was into that shit, huh?
And all kinds of face piercings. She used to wear those fucking dog collar choker necklaces.
Okay.
And
you know, like the Islanders, the Islanders that
exactly
be having their chin, like the females have their chin tattoo.
Yeah.
She had one of those. She got it when she was 18, so she got it 2 years before I was born, and she got it removed. She started getting it removed when I was 18.
Oh, she's getting tattoo removed?
It's been removed for
oh my
about
goodness,
3
to get
years.
tattooed and then get it removed
that shit sound like
on
it hurts
your face?
Worse. Yeah. So mom's is hardcore and grandma's is like the stabilization. And
my grandma's an angel.
There you go.
So where can they find you on all platforms?
At the Backwoodsbabe. That's everything. All the social
You
medias.
sell most of your merchandise on IG or from the website?
Right now it's from Instagram. My website just redirects people to the social media.
And then clothing. How do people get a hold of you for clothing?
DMs. Or emails. I have my email in my bio.
Is there any clothing like that you don't make? Or
there's not anything that I have been asked to make that I haven't been able to do. I don't think I could do like a fitted cap because I've never tried to do it. But
so you haven't tried to do it. Don't say you can't do it yet.
I haven't tried to do it. I would have to like somebody just asked me if I did shoes the other day.
Like
custom shoes.
Like put the whole shoe together?
No, like
Oh, I'm like,
You know how they be
whoa.
doing it.
like
Nah, how they
if
be-
I did like some Brianna Berry shit, cause she's
Oh,
hard.
she goes to the
Yeah.
pain.
But she's really
Really
hard to get like
be
projects
booked up.
from, cause she be really booked
Yeah,
up.
she be booked up, especially during
People
football
ask me
season.
all the time if I do shoes. That's what I'm trying to learn how to do next.
It's a
So
market
how
for
much
it.
are you charging for the people to let you practice on their shoes? What's the ticket for that? Hit you for the project?
I haven't ever really thought. I haven't really thought about it.
I'm trying to get her the bag real quick.
I mean,
Like to practice.
DM.
Yeah, hit the DM.
I've been practicing on like my own shoes and shit.
Yeah.
So
We'll make something work.
Is that
you
shit?
trying to be my manager?
I'm trying to get you the bag. Hell yeah, I'm trying to get you shit. I'm trying to get everybody a bag.
Everybody
on my
in position.
soul.
Straight up.
I want everybody to
We
go.
don't
With
even
that
need
nigga,
that
with that
from
nigga, I made a couple dollars, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Like shit. But we appreciate you for coming in, giving us your time. We're gonna have to bring you back, and then when you come back, I need you to bring some pants.
And some
We
clothing,
still
like
need
all
to get
that
this
shit.
room done too.
Yeah, and we're gonna go live and see if we can't sell some of them $2,000 paintings.
Hell yeah. Hey,
On my soul.
Auction.
cheap
Auction.
auction. Hell yeah.
Sold to the man with braids in
Can,
his
what? Can we get a paint in here?
Yes.
So I want to paint a script and child.
Yeah.
So
I told her.
he had asked me to paint the podcast room,
This is the
This
podcast.
room.
Yeah.
and we had played back and forth a little bit with ideas. I think that
I'm just let y'all do your thing. I don't give a fuck.
I
about
think
this
that
one.
you and your lady weren't on the same page the
Well,
last
we
time.
ain't even together. Oh, let me turn this off. Hey, look, check this out. Let me do this.